Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then hello, welcome. So for today's video I was asking you what you'd like to see from me, and I was looking through my comments and a lot of you were saying that you liked my favourite videos. When I started YouTube I sort of had high expectations for myself and thought I would be able to do this monthly on like my favourites, but then looking at it I was like, I know I buy a lot of makeup but not everything is going to be a favourite that month, so it'd be like 5 products in a video. It just weren't really working out, do you know what I mean? I never had enough for like a full video. At the moment I need to rein it in with the spending. Can't spend any more money than I already do on makeup. Like I spend a lot. Instead I'm just actually gonna do a favourites video, but like must-haves. I'm always saying when I'm doing makeup, like, this is my favourite foundation, this is my favourite blah blah blah, like you've got to have this, but I feel like if I put it all in one video of like my holy grails, then that's like full favourites potential, do you know what I mean? So that is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna sit and go through. I do have another video which is me actually applying the makeup of my favourites, so it's called Full Face of Favourites, so I will link that somewhere on here. But yeah, we're just actually going to sit and talk today about them. But yeah, before we get into it, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and yeah, let's get started. I feel like I'm gonna go through the makeup process, so I might just do like all the base first and then we'll do like eyes, eye products and all like that. A lot of you actually wanted, which is coming, it's just a base video, but something that is so important for makeup is like your skin prep and having a really good moisturizer. So I am dry skinned, so moisturizer for me is so important. I've tried a lot of moisturizers and I feel like I finally found it. Like my makeup lately, I'm like feel very happy with it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've got it on point, and I swear to God it is due to a moisturizer. So this, I think I spoke about this in my last video, it's the Welida Skin Food Moisturizer. This stuff, if you are dry skin, is amazing. Like it's definitely thicker, like well it is, it's very thick, but it's not like a night cream, do you know what I mean? Where night creams are quite thick and you wouldn't want to put anything on top of it, you want to like soak it in. This is instantly thick, but then it really does sink into the skin quite quickly, and you saw in my other video the other day, like my skin is glowing when I put this on. So yeah, this is the original one, which dry skin, go for this one because it is a lot thicker. Honestly, it makes such a difference to your makeup. But if you're not dry skin and you don't like a thicker moisturizer, they do have a lighter version. I've not tried it, but it's got to be good if this is amazing. Like this is so good. I use this on my clients, I use it on me, like this will be in my kit now forever. But another moisturizer that I do really love, sometimes I actually go in with both of these, it's the Bobbi Brown Face Base. Now every man and their dog talks about this, I know, but it deserves the recognition it gets because it is so good. It's not as thick, but it's more like a primary sort of moisturizer. So I will go in with the Welida, let that sink in, and then I will go in with the Bobbi Brown as well. Some people might think that's a bit too much, and if you're oily, maybe don't go in with both because it will make your skin really oily. But definitely dry skin, both of these together are amazing. This is obviously a bit more bougie, it's £45 for the pot, but I've had this pot for ages and it's still in there. I mean, it has still got loads in, and you need like the tiniest bit, that's why it's lasted so long. Beautiful combo, both of them 100% recommend, will be a continuing purchase of mine now. So the next product I'm going to mention, right, so I always talk about primers. If I've got my moisturizers, I'm not actually that fast. I think having a good moisturizer, that's going to keep your makeup on because they're tacky, your foundation sticks to them, and that sort of does the job to make your makeup last. But one thing I do struggle with is like pores. If I'm using a primer, it's going to be a pore filling primer, that is for sure. Really affordable, but I'm in love with it. I done the first impressions of it on this channel. It's almost out. So this is the Revolution Blurring Balm. This is amazing. It's duped for the Tatcha silk canvas, and it's literally like tiny fraction of the price. The Tatcha one is amazing, but it's so expensive and you can only get in America. Like, it's better than the Elf one. I tried the Elf one not that long ago and it just weren't the same vibe, but only in the tea section, like just where you get your pores. And honestly, my pores gone. vanished. I recommend this one to everyone, and I feel silly, like, well, not silly because drugstore does pull it out of the bag these days, but I feel like it's about £5, like it's not some crazy primer that I use. Like, I find the Benefit one too drying. Just, I don't ever get like a love for a primer. Like, I don't know why, but I just don't really see the point in them. But this one, I love it, and I hope it never discontinues. I feel like it is gonna, because it's just range in revolution. It's not, they're like all the time products. I might have to go and stock up because I cannot be without this. I literally will cry. It is so good. Right, then foundations. And if you have followed me on Instagram for a long time, and if you've been on this channel since the beginning, I'm like a broken record with this foundation, but I just don't think anything is ever gonna beat it. So my all-time favorite foundation, I literally put it on clients and they're like instantly like, what is that you've just used on me? Like, I love it. I've got it on now. This foundation I always wear. It's like my go-to for clients. Like, it's the one that I build up the most shades in my kit. The Nars Natural Radiant. This foundation, like, I've spoken about it so much, but honestly, I haven't found a foundation that I love more than this. I mean, there's a lot that I like. I always am going to and from foundations, trying out new ones, liking other ones, but if you told me I'm only gonna have one foundation ever again, it's always going to be this one, and I don't think anything's going to top it. I mean, I have spoken about this so many times, I feel like I always give the same description of it, but it's full coverage. It's not completely matte, it's not dewy, it's like a perfect like satin in between foundation. It works for every skin type. It is just amazing. Like, it lasts long, it just gives you that airbrush smooth finish. Like, it's honestly the nicest. I mean, it's obviously a bit more of an expensive one. It's £35. Some of this stuff you can use with my code, my Look Fantastic code, so it'll be on the screen, it'll be below, all that good stuff. But honestly, like, I have drugstore foundations and I have all different foundations to like build up my kit and my shades, but like, if you start earning money from makeup and you want to invest in some products, you got to build your kit up with this foundation. Not too full coverage where it's so thick and like too cakey, but it's not too lightweight. Do you know what I mean? It's just perfect, like in between of everything. Yeah, I'm never not gonna love this. But another foundation which is actually completely different, it's got a completely different finish to the Nars one, but it's my favourite drugstore one, and it's also another staple in my kit that I build up with the shades, and it's the L'Oreal True Match. It's more lightweight, it's more dewy, but it's beautiful. It photographs lovely. Again, I use it on a lot of my clients. You can build up the coverage, so you could probably build it up to be in the same coverage as the Nars, and it's like £10 bottle. It's so affordable. Like, you have a client that's got like lovely skin and they don't want like and they don't want like full coverage on your face, then you need this. You need this in your life because it's amazing. So for concealer, like, I always have been a Tarte girl, and I still am a Tarte girl. I mean, I've got literally every shade, I think, in that cupboard. I do really love it, but sometimes it's annoying, especially a lot of clients say to me, like, if they just want to order a concealer for themselves, it's annoying ordering from Tarte because you obviously have to spend over a certain amount to get shipping and all of that. So set aside Tarte. These two concealers are growingly, like, I just literally alternate what ones I use. So the Nars Soft Matte, you can imagine the combo of the skin. I've actually done it today. I've got this on today. This concealer is beautiful. So it's the soft matte one, so it's definitely a bit thicker than the creamy concealer, but yeah, it just gives us such a smooth under eye. It's still really creamy. Like, in the pot, when you pick it up, you can see how creamy it is. It just glides on your skin, lasts long, much longer than the creamy concealer. I know I've said that so many times, but it definitely does. I've literally done the pot. I love it. It is amazing. This is the shade Custard, which is like my go-to in Nars. Gives you all that coverage, but it's not too thick. Tarte is a very thick concealer, I must admit. A lot of clients, if they don't like too thick of a makeup, this is what I go in with because it's a perfect, like, in between. Perfect for both a thick full coverage and not so thick and full coverage, if that makes sense. And then another one, which I bought this ages ago, and then I used it a couple of times, sort of didn't really get the hype. Went back to using it because I kept seeing people use it, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. I do love the foundation of this as well. It was one of the first foundations I ever bought when I started doing makeup and like fell in love with. But this concealer, again, it is quite similar to the Tarte, like in like consistency and like thickness, so full coverage, but it's more like creamy, I find, and obviously easy to get. You can get it look fantastic, so good. And it's a massive concealer. Like, I don't think you understand how big this concealer tube is. So again, last stages, if you have a few of them in your kit, I feel like you'll be sorted for a while. So although this like is more expensive products and you might not be able to afford all these products, which is actually absolutely fine, because there's definitely a lot of drugstores products out there which I have videos on my channel for, but these products last ages, so I feel like they are very good investments. I'm going to try and condense it down a little bit, because otherwise I feel like I am going to be doing my whole kit. I'm going to just go for the most cream contour product that I use. Also, them concealers, just in darker shades for cream contour. Beautiful. This has got to be my favourite at the minute. It's the Barry M All Night Long foundation stick. I don't ever really use like actual contour products. The only thing that I only use, which I used today actually for a change, is the Huda Beauty Tantour, which is like specifically a contour product. Normally I just use like a darker concealer or a darker foundation stick. All Night Long, Barry M, in Hazelnut, the most beautiful shade. I prefer more of a warm contour rather than a cool toned. This is so creamy. I can put this on my skin straight away and then buff it out, because it's that creamy. It doesn't like get stuck or patchy. Or I like get my brush and then dab it on as we go. But yeah, it works both ways, which obviously shows that it's a very good product, because some are a bit of a nightmare when you go straight onto the skin. It just takes a while to blend out and just doesn't look that nice. It can come across a little bit dirty. But yeah, this does not. And then a cream blush. I'm actually surprised that I loved this so much, because I do love the brand, but I've not been like a hype for this brand. Do you know what I mean? I like some of their products, don't get me wrong, but the iconic London sheer blushes, and actually they've just come out with bronzers as well, which I'm dying to try, because their cream blushes are, well, this, I have not stopped using this. I sort of forget about the other cream blushes that I have in my kit. Yeah, no shade to the brand, I just don't use that many products of it. Do you know what I mean? And it's not they're not products that I would go to and buy, if that makes sense. And I thought, oh, let me try this, and I'm literally in love with it. So I'm pleasantly surprised by how much I love this. Does that make sense? I don't want to sound like I'm being horrible to the brand, because it is a really good brand, but for me it's not one that I always go to, if that makes sense. But yeah, this blush, so I have Power Pink. I think because they're sheer, they just look like so like fresh and glowy, and I love this like if I'm not doing a full makeup look, like I still just put this on and I just feel like, you know, when you look a bit like rosy and sun-kissed and you just look cute. So yeah, this is definitely a favourite cream blush of mine. For a powder, so I was saying again in my last video, I've got 3. I just go between, so it's obviously the Laura Mercier, the Huda, and then the Jordana Tisha one. I love the Jordana Tisha one, like it is a favourite of mine. I think it's a favourite of mine as well because of the fact of the duo. So you have your loose, which like I set and bake with, and then at the top you have a pressed, which brightens, and obsessed with this. Used it so much when I first got it, and I still do use it, but I've fallen back in love with the Laura Mercier. I've got this on as well today, and I just feel like my skin just looks so smooth lately. Obviously I know I'm on a camera, so people might think, oh, the camera's doing the job, but I've been as well on my Instagram putting on videos where I've got no filter, no edit, and my skin, not in a big-headed way like this, the makeup is doing the job, because I swear to God without the makeup I don't look like this, but my skin just looks so smooth. And yeah, I've been using this Laura Mercier again. It's just a classic. Like I feel like if you're into makeup or need one for your makeup bag, just like your personal kit, or on clients like who don't have this, I feel like everyone has this powder, and if you don't, you need to, because it is amazing. Again, one of them products that's never gonna go out of like hype. Like I feel like everyone just is always going to use it, and if they ever got rid of it, oh my God, I don't even want to think about it if they got rid of it, because everyone would be fuming. It's just a beautiful powder. Unreal. So for bronzers, we're on now. I always used to like try all different ones, but I've gone back to the staples. As a makeup artist, I feel like everyone has them, and they're just something that, again, never gonna go out of. Like, I just don't think anyone's ever gonna stop using them, and it's the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Bronzers. I know there's a bit of controversy on MAC because I know my best friend Catherine, she's like, I don't like MAC because they test on animals, and I get that. And so obviously I do try to think of alternatives for like when I do her makeup and stuff, but I do feel like these always are going to be staples in my kit. I'm always going to love them, always going to use them. Give Me Sun, the nostalgia behind Give Me Sun, like first bronzer I ever used, and I still use it now. Like, I've got it on today. Yeah, like it's just, it is a classic. And yeah, I just feel like they do all different shades for everyone. You know that they're not going to be patchy, you know they're going to blend nice, and they're warm and like give you that bronzy glow. Give Me Sun literally makes you look like you've stepped off on holiday and like you're bronzed and all that good stuff. Like, honestly, they're just classics. So again, if you are starting a kit or getting into makeup, this is your easy go-to option. But also, saying that, a dupe for them is the Doll Beauty Give Me Sun ones, which they are just as good as well, and I believe that they're cruelty free. Don't hold me to it, but I feel like these are cruelty free. So if you don't want to use MAC and you want a cheaper, basically the exact same product, the Doll Beauty ones are also a favourite. Now, I'm a blush girl. Like, I have so many blushes that I love. It's always the part of the routine where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to go for, because I've got so many and I love so many. So today I have on, which I think as well, I've got quite brave with the blush. Like, I love a peachy blush, I love a pinky blush, orange blush, any blush, I'll have it on my skin. But yeah, my orange blush go-to, which I've got on today, is the, like, this looks scary in this, like it's actually orange, but this is the Nars Taj Mahal blush. It's my newest blush that I bought, and I got it on today, and it's beautiful. This with MAC Give Me Some, honestly, just like holiday vibes all over. Like, they are so good. So although this is now part of a Holy Grails, this is new in my kit, and it's a current favourite. I love it. You do not need a lot of it. It's so pigmented, and obviously it is orange, so you don't need a lot of it, but it's beautiful. Other ones, like the Doll Beauty ones, which they've got like every single shade. Definitely need to get more. I've got Custard Doll, which is probably one of my pinkest blushes, and again, stunning, so beautiful. And a drugstore classic that I love on myself. I love this. Again, if like I've done a no makeup look, this Life's a Peach L'Oreal classic, so beautiful. Love it all the time. That's like my everyday sort of blush that I wear, and it's drugstore, so affordable. I feel like, again, a lot of makeup artists love this blush. It's just a classic. You can't go wrong. It's like £8. It's ridiculous. Now, for highlighter, to be fair, actually, I've got a different highlighter on today, and I feel like I do this a lot. Like, I try it out for the first time and I'm like, it's okay, and then I just don't use it for ages because I don't remember loving it, and then I'll use it again and I'm like, oh wow, it's amazing. Today, like, that highlight, I am actually using my Illamasqua Highlighter. So these are called Beyond Powder Highlighters in Oh My God. Oh my God, I am glowing. And to be fair, you know me, if you've watched my tutorials, Doll Beauty Shine Bright, which this is literally, this one's gone and this is on its last legs. Like, it is love to the core. Unless I'm doing like a first impressions and I'm actually trying out a new highlighter, I use this. When this runs out, I'm gonna get the bigger palette so I can try all the different shades, because obviously I know I'm gonna love it if I love this one so much. But yeah, I tried this today and I'm obsessed with this highlight. Like, I feel like it's more of like a wet look highlight, and it's definitely more, so Shine Bright's like goldy, but this is definitely more like white silvery. Normally I don't like that because I feel like it gives a little bit of a cast, but this is really nice actually. Very pleasantly surprised at that today, so I feel like I might be using that a little bit more. That's all the base done. I've got one palette that you need in your life, you're sorted, which I'm actually gonna have to repurchase because I have literally used everything out of it. But it's the Be Perfect Clientele palette. One palette you need in your life. like if you're a makeup artist and you're doing clients or for yourself, because it's such a all-rounder palette. Do you know what I mean? It's not, it's got colours in, but it's not a colourful palette where you can't really get wearable looks at. You can do both wearable and colourful with this. I mean, it's dirty, please don't hate me for this because it's so dirty, but look at how many I've used, or like literally hit pound on like all the glitters. Like I've not dropped these, I've got to repurchase it because the ones that I love, this gold. So when I talk about doing makeup, and I said this in my last video, I don't really like using loose pigments. I like a pressed pigment, but like one that's not just a shimmer, like good enough to be on its own. These are the best. They are so good. I just use them, gives enough sparkle. It looks like I've got a loose pigment on, but it's not. I mean, it saves a bit of work for me. I know it's really lazy, but loose pigments can be messy, okay? They can be ag. Why put myself through that when these literally are insane? So yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of palettes that I love, but if you need a palette to start, this is honestly the best palette ever. I've never repurchased a palette, I don't think. This is getting repurchased. I literally can't wait. These two together is my, if you've seen on Instagram, like that baby doll look that I do, these two, unreal. Sandy and Dirty Tan, these went ages ago because I literally fell in love with them. It's so beautiful. So yeah, I'm not gonna bore you with any other palettes. This is my favourite, and you will see it soon being all fresh and clean, because let me tell you, I'm getting a new one. And lashes, my go-to Pore. I've got them on today. I just find that they do every style that you could possibly need. They do the dainty collection, which if I have people that want more of a natural lash, or like my more mature clients and they don't want like a full big lash like this, the dainty collection is perfect for that. You then have your normal ones, which I've got peachy on at the minute, which are a bit more fluffy and winged. They're amazing. They have all different styles, and then they also have the 5-pack synthetic ones, which whenever I do a lash order, I've told you this before, that if you buy over 20 you get 20%, you get 60% off. So I always buy over 20, but then I always as well, wait, let me show you them. I'll always pick up 2 packs of the 5-pack synthetic ones, just so I have these on standby. They're still really lovely, but they're just not as fluffy and they're synthetic. But I always have these on deck, because if I'm like running low, or I don't know, you just need these as your backup ones. So yeah, I always pick up them. And I'm sorted for Prima Lash. I mean, there's lots of lash brands that I love and I try, and I love on myself trying out different ones, but for clients, Prima's just my go-to. It's easy to go there, and I know that I can get all my clients. I know what ones I like now because I've tried so many. So yeah, check them out, and the discount is, oh my god, the discount's insane. Last but not least, we have lips. Oh, eyebrows, Morphe. That's all I'm gonna say. Morphe eyebrow pencils, they're the best. Like, used it today. These eyebrows are getting bigger and bigger by the day. They literally are so big now. But yeah, Morphe for brow pet products. And pencils. I don't like anything else on eyebrows. I hate pomades with vengeance. I really don't like a pomade. Pencil for ease is the best. Affordable, cheap. Affordable, cheap. They're the same words with me. Great. Creamy, affordable, easy to use. Just Morphe lip liners. They're the best. If you didn't know, Morphe lip liners you can actually use in your eyes. They're all just called a coloured pencil. So this is the exact like product as like my lip liners, but it's a black eyeliner. So they're versatile. You can use them on your lips and your eyes. And I love to, like, sometimes if I've got a brown liner on, I'll put it in my eye as well, just like tie it in together. They're just your go-to, especially again if you're doing clients and you want to stock up. Like, they're £4.50 for a liner. They're long and massive, they last ages. Yeah, so literally just get loads of different shades and you're sorted. Lipsticks, my go-to, which I said this the other day, Doll Beauty. I think I've got the full collection now. Again, just got you sorted, and I think they do the whole lipstick collection for like £70, which is really worth it, because again, covered for all different shades, so creamy, and they are just beautiful. So lovely. Look how creamy they are. You can't go wrong. I've tried their lip liners, they're okay, but I still go to Morphe. But lipsticks is all I really use, to be fair. Lip glosses, now that's another story, because I have the other day I emptied out my bag and I literally had about 5 lip glosses in there, and I was like, why have I got 5 lip glosses in there? But obviously I just kept adding them. I can't even condense this down. There's just so many that I love. Kiko, beautiful, beautiful glosses. This is probably the most like intense gloss out of them, and they're not sticky. They're amazing. These really, really good lip glosses. So we've got my Fenty. My Fenty is also a holy grail. I always will have a Fenty like that's not run out, do you know what I mean? Although I have said that the lifter glosses are pretty much a dupe for this, I feel like the Fenty's, I've got to always have one because it is my favourite. But yeah, obviously if you want more of an affordable one, the lifter glosses are also amazing, which are new, so I'd say these are a current favourite. Topaz is the Fenty Glow shade. Jordana T-shirt also does amazing glosses. Like, I'm not a matte lip kind of girl. I love a gloss and I have way too many. Always got to have a Superdrug hydrating mist in your kits. This don't need any explanation because I go on about it all the time. I've lost track of how many I've bought of these, but it's just amazing to just rehydrate your skin, put some life back into it. It's good. It's amazing and affordable. It's only from Superdrug, so grab one of them. Always have one of them in my kit. And then the Morphe setting spray is probably one of my favourites, just because where it's a mist, it like applies so much nicer. When you have like a spray, you get the dots and stuff, and it can be like, oh no, I've just fucked up my whole face, like right at the end when I've put the spray on. But because it's a mist, it just, oh, stunning. Really brings the look together, and you get no spots all dotted on your face. And also the Pixi Glow Mist is a favourite of mine. These two are my go-tos. I used to love the All Nighter, but I've sort of gone off of it. I feel like these two are amazing. And yeah, that is like my holy grails. Like, I know it's a lot, but I've been through like the whole process of the makeup, so that's why there's a lot. They will change your life. They're the products that will always be in my kit, no doubt about it. Things that I always like repurchase as soon as they've run out. Like, it's not something I can live without. Like, I literally can't. For myself, my personal kit, and for my clients, they're very good client products because I feel like they suit a range of skin types and skin tones. They're just really good products. And yeah, they are my holy grails. So I will try to keep it more current as we go on from there. But I just thought I needed to show you my holy grails because, you know, you've all been asking. I do also have a kit must-haves video, which is more, so like if you're starting your kit, obviously, like I said earlier, I understand that some of these products aren't always as affordable and things like that. That video is more to like make your kit bigger than where it is and like get more out of products, if that makes any sense. I will link it. So it's talking about like buying quads of products or like versatile products, more cheaper kit must-haves to build up your kit without having to buy all this. So it is a slightly different video to this. This video is my holy grails. They're not all the most affordable products, but they're worth it. They are my products that I would literally say you need. These are the products that are worth the money investing in. Does that make any sense? I don't want to feel like I'm being like, you need these. There is loads of affordable products out there, but these are the investment that you need, which are just going to give you the nicest makeup. Keep commenting and let me know what you want to see. It really helps, honestly. I'd rather be doing things that you want me to do. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to just like waste your time doing things that you don't like. That is the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it helped. If it did, please give this video a massive thumbs up. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.